Welcome back to our channels, Warriors. We are still growing. If you hadn't had Jerry Jones smash that subscribe button, go ahead and have him smash it right now. First and foremost, let me give a shout out to the growing list of patrons. Herb Yuma AZ, CJ Zavala, Coleslaw, EOP Whisperer, Las Vegas Flights Live, Shower Shark, Fuck Your Chest Pains, Priya These Nuts, Lockdown 5, Crystal Bon, La Reina, Hernan, Don't Trip, Winston, Armando, Alejandro, Trailero 760, Breathing Underwater, El Skid, Hobie Cat, Lead with Love, Elbert 12, AI Vega, Esquiel, Big Bad 48, JT, Nova, Jack, Linda the Retired CEO, Michigan Wolverines, Mikey 559, Marius Chevelle 66, Abuelita's Irma, Abuelita's Journey, Gigi, and Daus Herrero. If you have not already signed up for that Patreon, make sure you hit that link in the description below. You're definitely missing out. This episode right here, man, first and foremost, my voice is fucking hoarse as a result of the Cowboys game yesterday. That's right. Anyhow, this episode right here, man, how it is that I worked at Centinela State Prison as opposed to Calipatria, Calipat Prison. They're both in Southern California. Boom. They're both in the Imperial Valley. Boom. And where I'm from, you either work at either one of the two, or you could work at Blythe. Mostly Centinela or Calipat, right? Those two. One is north of Brawley, my hometown, and one is south of Brawley, my hometown. Well, yeah, it's my hometown. Look, it dawned on me to become a CO at the same exact time that it dawned on me to join the military. That was junior year, career day. You know, my dad was a CO. He started in 1993. He worked at Centinela. But I didn't really have a path, a goal. I didn't have a fucking, I didn't have that up until that career day where, you know, I saw that shit and boom, gave me the, oh, fuck, that's what I want to do. Back then, the internet wasn't as prevalent, right? You got to hook it up to the landline, makes a weird buzzing sound. You do your research. Oh, there's a thing called correctional counselor. That's what I want to do. I want to be a counselor. That was initially my goal, become a correctional counselor. I didn't know jack shit about it, right? Till I get inside the prison system. It's like, I don't want to do that, right? That's just not what your boy wanted to do. So, during that time frame, okay, go to the military, come back. It's 2005. Your boy's wilding out like a motherfucker, lands himself in jail. You guys know that story. When I get my academy date, right, I meet my wife. I was working at a gym in El Centro called Jocks and Jills. Jackson Jills? Jackson Jills, Jocks and Jills. One of the fucking two. It was a good job, right? The good gig. There was a girl that worked there. Her name was Anna. Me and Anna chopping it up. And, you know, we get you hanging out, stuff like that. We're both young, probably freaking 20, 21 years old at the time. Well, Anna had a best friend. She had a good friend, right? Who is now my wife. Your boy back then was friggin' wild with it, right? Just running amok. When Anna introduced me to my wife, the first thing I tell her is, hey, what do you say me and you get out of here and leave Anna back behind? Well, she's like, hey, you're a fucking asshole, right? We were at a bar called My Buddy's Place. Anna had just went to the restroom. Anna comes back, and then my wife's, she's like, hey, let's get out of here. Stop talking to that dude. That dude's a fucking asshole. Boom, they disappear. Whatever. I didn't care. The night was still young. Boy had plenty of beer to drink, right? Plenty of things to do that night. Anyhow, I liked her, right? You know when a boy likes a girl. So all this is happening right before the academy. all this is happening, right? Look at the sequences of events. At the time, I was living in El Centro. My parents, when I was in Iraq, my parents moved from Brawley to El Centro, okay, which is 15 miles south of Brawley. It's pretty close, man. The whole Imperial Valley is close. Everybody knows everybody. You can't throw a fart in one town without people calling and letting the other person in the other town know that you farted or sharted. During this time, I had a godfather who worked at Calipatria State Prison. I also had a godfather who worked at Centinela State Prison. I'm telling you, small department, small world, small town. It's just everything's kind of connected, right? Everybody knows everybody. But this particular godfather, Nino, who worked at Calipat, I remember too, like, because I had a truck, I had a Tundra, and I remember talking to him. I don't know if it was on the phone or in person, probably on the phone. And I said, hey, Nino, what prison do you think I should work at? Centinela or Calipat? And this is exactly what he told me verbatim. He said, go to Centinela, same pay, less of a headache. And I was like, boom, there it is. Well, I don't even know why it dawned on me to ask him that question. And I kind of see now how things align, how everything is destiny, right? I think everything was destined for me to end up right here, right now. And this isn't even the end, right? Who knows? So he tells me, go to Centinela, same pay, less of a headache. He started back in the day, early 90s. Different time frame, rocking and rolling. So I got that in my head. It was not even, I didn't argue, I didn't question. It was just like, well, there it is there. There it is. He said Centinela there, like, boom, that's a wrap. My original goal was to live in, the original goal was to live in Brawley and work at Calipat. That was my original goal. That was prior to meeting my wife. My wife is from El Centro. You can see these little towns. They're right there, man. I'm telling you. So that happens. Everything's happening simultaneously. Early 2006. Late 2005. Mostly early 2006. We had MySpace back then. Somehow I charmed my way to get my girl's number. She gave me her number. I didn't even have a fucking cell phone. Your boy was bumming it. Let me tell you. We get to talking. She finds out I have an academy date. We have MySpace. We start flirting in the DMs back then in the day. Whatever the DMs were back then. Hey, let's set it up. Let's set it up for when I graduate the academy. I go oh, mind you, my wife was originally from El Centro, living in San Diego. She was going to school, college up in San Diego, SDSU, one of those, I don't know. And you see now, and fucking San Diego is 100 miles west of El Centro and Brawley. Right by the beach. It is the beach. So we set it up like, hey, when I graduate the academy, I'm gonna go visit you, right? I'm gonna spend the weekend with you. It's like, yeah, cool, for sure. That's kind of what happened. The whole time I was at the academy, talking back and forth with her on the phone, you know, that old school shit. Want to dedicate this song right here. I'm your puppet. Pull them strings and I sing you a song. I'm your puppet. I don't even know those are the lyrics. But anyhow, golly gee, my voice. I tell my girl, hey, well, she wasn't my girl yet. I tell her, hey, I'm going to live in Brawley and work at Centinela. I think I was trying to convince her to move down to the valley, back to the valley, which was asinine of me. back then. And she was like, no, that's not going to happen, you idiot. Right? so, so, you don't know who the fuck you think you are, Don Juan, but that's not going to happen. Fucking 120 degrees down there. Done bumped your head. So that's how it ended up. I was living in my parents' house in El Centro. I got hired on at Centinela. My girl that we went on our first date, after the first date was the day after I graduated the academy, was living in San Diego. The beautiful love triangle, right? You got El Centro, Centinela, and San Diego. Well, let me tell you something. Every Friday, well, my Fridays, because I had Wednesday, Thursdays off. I had Wednesday, Thursdays off for 16 years, right? Except for that little gig I had at PIO. My Friday, I would drive up to San Diego and spend the weekend with my girl, right, at her apartment. And then my Monday to come back to work, I would drive back down to work. I did this shit for 6 months. Every Friday, and it didn't stop, right? So basically, our first date is when we started dating, I would say. I'm kind of forceful with it. Like, first date, I'm like, hey, so what are we? Are we boyfriend and girlfriend? Or what? It's like, what the fuck, motherfucker's crazy as fuck. Well, I need to know, man. I need to know. I need to know because I need to know if I got to commit, man. Oh, motherfucker. I can't sit still, girl. I got to know. Lock me down. Please lock me down. Your boy was a wild stallion, man. I need a motherfucker to break me, right? Break in that horse. That's definitely what I needed, man. I think God put everything in my reason, everything in my path. He gave me a little girl, man. God gave me a daughter, right? He has jokes. Motherfucker, you want to be a womanizer from hell? I got something for you, kid. Don't trip. Here's your little girl. Oh, thank you, big G for God. Anyhow, fuck. I'm breaking a sweat, man. I'm having trouble speaking. But, oh, wow. Never mind. After 6 months, I moved to fucking San Diego. So now I'm commuting. For sure, I'm commuting daily van pool and whatnot. There was a Filipino officer who lived in San Diego. I'll say his last name because I like him a lot. He was a good cop, and he's done since be retired. His last name was Punzal. Right. Good dude, great dude. Navy. I believe Navy. Right. We're walking. I remember these fucking moments, clear as day, right? Like snapshots in my head. We're walking from Charlie Yard, Centinela, level 4 GP. We just got off our shift, and we're walking toward the staff entrance on that little track, right? From Complex down the little roadway. And he's like, hey, man, in his Filipino voice. So, why you moved to San Diego? What made you move to San Diego? And I'm like, oh, my girlfriend, bro. And he was older, right? And I was kind of proper with it, like around coworkers or whatever. I said, oh, my girlfriend, man. He's like, oh, yeah, pussy will do that to you. Motherfucker caught me off guard. He said, pussy will do that to you. I busted up laughing, right? So the moral of the fucking story, man. Well, not even the moral. The message for today is maybe sometimes our women do know best. I don't know, man. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. Sometimes I got to chill out. Even starting this whole YouTube thing and get ahead of myself, right? I forget. I have a quick forgetter. But I like a quote, man. And I've been repeating it lately, especially about my wife, around my wife. It goes like this. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. With that, keep pushing forward.